Hey everybody, just kind of tucking things away. This is actually the second video that I've shot today. It is the first time I've shot more than one video at a time on the channel. Now, as I said in my last video, this is kind of part B to my last video, but not really. You can watch either one of these in its entirety, and it is pretty much self-contained. In our last video, we talked a little bit about when an artist needs to shut up. And I guess my answer in that video is pretty much all the time. But you know, today I wanted to discuss something that has come up quite a bit, and it is a popular subject here on YouTube, and that is, why in the hell is 60s and 70s music outselling music freshly presented today? Now, like I said, this is kind of a hot topic on YouTube right now, but you know, to me, it seems like a lot of the channels that are discussing this either spend the bulk of their video talking about the glory days and how the newer generation of artists just don't have it, or spend way too much time on a particular album or a band and how all new bands should approach their music like they did as a possible answer to the problem. Well, give me a break. I haven't got time for that kind of thought process. That's not even looking at the problem in a realistic way. But how does all of this tie in to artists of today, whether they're rappers, country stars, or rock bands? Well, if you just look at the ebb and flow of the music industry today, pretty much what you see is an artist releasing an album that may have been nurtured for years before it finally comes out. It sells well, and they spend the next 4 years touring to support that album. Around the 4th year, they take 6 months off, start writing songs. They spend another year recording the album and release that, and the cycle just continues, doesn't it? Now, artists will tell you, well, we have to do that. That's where we make our money. There's so little money being made in the actual unit sales of our albums. The only way for us to get a leg up is to tour, and to tour incessantly. But in the meantime, sales in the music industry continue to sag. Now, I said in this video I would offer some solutions. So here's solution number one, and that is, first of all, there has got to be a re-looking into on what an artist makes on their individual albums. And monies accrued by the songwriters need to be bumped up too. Second of all, fire every damn A&R man or woman you have in your company, and while you're at it, fire their assistants too. They'll rise to the top and pretty soon see themselves as the new meat on the market. And then, as the head of your own record company, find somebody who's new and young in your company and send them out to the garages in suburbia. And then tell them you're not necessarily interested in the sound that is selling today as much as you're looking for a brand new and original act. With their youth and exuberance empowered by your authority, you just might be surprised about the bands that now come across your desk for consideration. Now, my next solution is kind of tied in with the problem of this incessant touring. What we see now is bands touring and then waiting for a month and then retouring. And of course, they give their reasons for retouring so that those who didn't get to see us the first time will finally get a chance to see us. We're good people after all. We want to be there for our fans. What a load of BS, don't believe it for a minute. See, the problem with this is they wind up touring at about 3 or 4 waves at a time. And the fans that paid to see them during that first wave, their true fans, are the ones who start to lose interest. While they continue to tour, their base fans may even discover a new artist that has come up with something similar yet different. And this current 3.5 to 5 year waiting period in between albums is absolutely killing the music industry. Now, I understand the world has changed since the 60s and 70s, and touring is a bigger thing than it was maybe back then. So 1 or 2 waves of a tour to me would be fine. But we've got to get to a point where our artists are producing new content and great content on a basis that's closer to every 2.5 years, a brand new album. So that means less touring, doesn't it? And it also means more time writing. Now, to all you bands out there that are touring incessantly, not spending a whole lot of time writing, here's my advice to you. Get out of the business. You're not helping one damn bit. Most of us as fans follow artists that give us something on a semi-regular basis. And on your third wave of touring, really, you're just servicing fans who want the bragging rights to actually claim that they've seen you live. Take a few months, regroup, then start the writing process, and before that's even complete, start recording your material. You'll be surprised on the ideas that you'll get while you're recording those initial songs that you've written for your new album while you're recording in the studio. This was a key recording technique not only for the Beatles, but Led Zeppelin as well. Don't spend 2 years recording the album. I know it takes 48 hours for studios to even turn on the lights these days, but get it done no more than 6 months. Get someone to mix it that has some bold ideas in regard to stereo separation. Release that album then, and then tour. No more than 2 waves, as we indicated before, and then call me in the morning. Okay, so problem solved. There you go. That's how you fix it. You know, the industry needs to be redesigned from the bottom up. And when that's done, the demands of we, the record buyers, will drive future bands, future artists to produce and write more. And to me, that's the key problem that exists here. It's the material. It's the songs that are being written. It's not that new artists don't write great songs. They do. It's just that most acts don't write like they used to. The demands of touring aren't very conducive to writing new material. And when you do get around to writing new material, often the artists can lose touch with just where they were in their development as a songwriter. I'm a singer-songwriter. I know this to be a fact. All right, so there, we've fixed all of the problems with the music industry. It's now up to the music industry to take heed. You know, I really want to thank everybody who's been watching our videos. You guys have been phenomenal. You're sharing our videos, and we've been getting quite a few new subscribers. Thank you so much, really. And of course, this is the usual spot in the video that I kind of do some shameful promoting for the channel. If you have gotten value out of this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. All you have to do is hit that subscribe to the tribe button, then hit that top bell notification, and you'll be notified of all future videos. And of course, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. That helps the YouTube algorithm to better recognize us. So once again, this is where I give you my bottom line, the channel's name, The Bottom Line, and I'm Michael Noland, and we'll see you in the next video.